the Premiership for New South Wales, 89 in the metropolitan area, 61 provincial, 2 country, and has a good break over Paul Perry, who's now been usurped by John Hawkes, who moves into second with 3 wins and now 121. But Gai Waterhouse well clear of them at the moment. So I'll Get By, a 2-year-old brown gelding, Dane Wynn, Laffy, trained by Gai Waterhouse, ridden by Dan Beasley. He took the horse to the front and kicked away in the straight to win well. Number 5, Satinka, second. Mel Johnson is the trainer. Hugh Bowman aboard. His 2-year-old bay filly, De Gea, Little Miracles, and third to number 2, Inspire, Grant Buckley, for trainer Clary Connors, a 2-year-old chestnut gelding, Rory's Jester, Love It Large. Fourth has gone to number 14, Holy Powers. Fifth to number 12, Daninsky, a length and a quarter the winning margin, with a length between the second and third. 1 1/4 by 1, 1:37.87, 1:37.87, and that time is not a class record, surprisingly enough, because the first 4 races have. 1:37.7 is the class record held by Bold C, and sectional statistics in just a moment. It's 1, 5 and 2 as
popped out quickly with More Action and Pearl Prince setting up quickly with More Action and Pearl Prince sitting up towards the front, and further out Atomic Man prominent with Distant Beauty down to the first turn. From the outside coming over now out wider on the track here are Montcalm Wolf and Blazing Sun. Montcalm Wolf headed by Blazing Sun on the outside, who got its head in front of Montcalm Wolf. Sir Boom went up third, Atomic Man fourth, fifth Yasser, sixth Distant Beauty. Sedation outside it from Pearl Prince, then More Action. Our Guided Missile, Count Tristram, and further back then is Sir Swayze, Our Unicorn, and 4 last of all Ranganamoo. At the turn of the 850-metre mark, Montcalm Wolf a half in front, Blazing Sun second, 2 then Sir Boom third, Atomic Man a half away fourth, a length further back then Yasser wide around Sedation, followed by Distant Beauty. Pearl Prince the inside from More Action angling out with Our Unicorn, then Our Guided Missile, Sir Swayze, 2 to Count Tristram, 3 to Ranganamoo, 650 out. A few of these making their runs a little early at the moment. Montcalm Wolf grabbed by Blazing Sun. Wider out is Yasser and also Sir Boom. There's 4 in line. Atomic Man nearer the inside just behind those. More Action up behind those with Sedation from Our Unicorn. Then Distant Beauty, Our Guided Missile, and Sir Swayze. They're bunched up. Montcalm Wolf, Atomic Man, Blazing Sun struggling, Sedation behind them. Yasser further out, and now More Action peeling out wide. Atomic Man first for home from Montcalm Wolf. Yasser and More Action will get the last crack at them. Is starting to wind up. He's coming with a run. More Action. He's ranged up to Atomic Man. Yasser battling on in the middle. It's More Action getting its head in front. Yasser fighting back. More Action. Yasser. Oh, dead heat. Couldn't separate them. More Action and Yasser. Couldn't separate them on the line. 2 lengths away third, maybe Sir Swayze from Sir Boom. Then Montcalm Wolf from further back in the race. Our Guided Missile, Sedation, Atomic Man. Behind those is Our Unicorn, Distant Beauty, Pearl Prince, Blazing Sun, Count Tristram and Ranganamoo.
Number 2, More Action, 480, 180, or 9, Yasser, 560, 210 for third. 1, Sir Boom, 380, or number 6, Sir Swayze, $5.50.
Close go. In fact, 2's got it. More Action to pay $5, $2. Number 9, Yasser to return at $2.20. And for third, number 6, Sir Swayze to pay $5.10.
2, 9, 6, right on the line. 2, 9 and 6. More Action's got there right on the line over Yasser and Sir Swayze, 2, 9, 6.
All right.
Go on the 10,000, Palladium Star, Falvalon. Racing now, Palladium Star hesitated at the start. Falvalon didn't begin all that well. Mr. Innocent beat them out. Commands is going forward. Testarossa fast away. And now Falvalon is using his acceleration. He's coming up along the inside to go to the lead. As they settle down and link up with the course proper, it's Falvalon just in front of City Fair. Commands is going up to make it a line of 3. Fourth is Guineas on the inside of Testarossa, who's nicely placed. Go Flash Go moving to fourth on the outside, but 3 wide. Palladium Star is racing midfield. He's over on the inside inside there of staging. Ovis caught a little bit wide. Mr. Innocent, Blackbean getting back with Easy Rocking. Well back to is Confiscate and Bonanova and So Precise at the rear as they come down the side. 600 metres to go. Commands has landed on the fence. He's a half length in front of Falvalon, who's moving up to join him again, followed by City Fair on the outside. Just behind them then is Go Flash Go in company with Testarossa. Guinness is on the inside and staging is 7th as they approach the home turn, coming to the outside. They're in the straight now, 350 metres to go. Falvalon, he's sneaking to the lead. He's just in front of City Fair and Commands. Testarossa 2 lengths away, 4th, followed by Staging on the outside. And Mr. Innocent is staging a big finish. He's coming through in the middle. Falvalon shot to a clear lead with 100 metres to go, but look at Mr. Innocent. He's flying home. Easy Rocking's up to second now, but Mr. Innocent bolted away from them, and he's won the 10,000. Mr. Innocent first, Easy Rocking second, third home Falvalon tight for 4th. Commands in a photo with Blackbean, over just behind them, then City Fair staging. Bonanova the next one over the line, So Precise. Further back came Go Flash Go, Confiscate, Guineas, Palladium Star, and Testarossa has finished near the rear of the field.
For Mr. Innocent, Glenn Collis, 890, 260. Number 13, Easy Rocking, 450, and 12, Falvalon, $1.60.
For Mr. Innocent to return on the Super Tab, 990, 280, 13 Easy Rocking, 450, and 12 for third Falvalon to pay $1.60.
Of and 3 is officially 4th, Blackbean. The judge has posted the first 4 at 4, 13, 12, 3. Now, what an emotional win that's going to be. Mel Gerard, he's a veteran trainer. He's had serious health problems in the last few years. But if that's not a test for the heart, nothing will be. Could you see him coming through in the middle, Mr. Innocent? I bet Mel was giving him a kick along as he came after Falvalon. He drew to Falvalon. Easy Rocking was flying on the outside, but Mr. Innocent bolted away from them in the run to the line, and he scored a great win in the 10,000. Great performance by Mr. Innocent, written by Glenn Collis. Glenn is the man who's taking the big steps in jockeying, the jockeying ranks here in Queensland, and he's brought up his biggest race win today aboard Mr. Innocent. 4:13.12 after the 10,000.
And the totes, Mr. Innocent, 890, 260, 13 Easy Rocking, $4.50, 12 Falvalon, 160, Quinello 52.40, Exacta $124.20, the trifecta 4:13 and 12, $337.70, the extra double on 2 and 4 is $30.30 with a special dividend $3.10.
Okay, let's go back to Queanbeyan and wrap up details there with correct weight. Here's Tony.
The weight's right here, weight's right. 397 the numbers, 397.
They're racing, and one of the fastest to begin on the inside was Oakfield Prince. Gets a length in front over Lord Heathcliff, Crown Duo, followed by Midnight Orb out wide. 2 lengths to Burdick and Lad, followed on the inside now by Del Quarren, and a half length back to Crispin. They're 2.5 in front of Big Milano, followed by Pecan Player, 2.5 to Exalt, followed towards the rear Stylish Alquoz, and last and wide was Splendid Retreat. Up towards the 1,200 metre mark they go. Oakfield Prince is the pilot, leads by a length over Crown Duo, second, a length and a half third. Lord Heathcliff, followed by Burdick and Lad, who's charging up on the outside to put pressure to these leaders. A further length and a half away to Midnight Orb, who's in the middle now. From last Splendid Retreat moves around them 3 wide. 2 lengths to Crispin, followed by Del Quarren. About 2.5 to Stylish Alquoz, followed by towards the rear Pecan Player with Big Milano. Exalt drop back to the tail of the field. Up towards the 600, and Burdick and Lad on the outside sustains the run, gets a half in front of Crown Duo, followed by Oakfield Prince, third Splendid Retreat up to 4th. Midnight Orb next, Crispin around them. A length to Lord Heathcliff, followed by Del Quarren, working home okay from Stylish Alquoz. Exalt out wide from Pecan Player, and 2 last of all was Big Milano. Around the home turn, 350 out. Crown Duo race to the front, Midnight Orb to second. Crispin on the outside, Oakfield Prince won't give in on the inside. And right down the outside now was Del Quarren. Many with a hope. Crown Duo just in front, but pouncing upon it, Del Quarren. Del Quarren surges to the front. Another win to Hawks as Del Quarren races away from Crown Duo and Crispin. Del Quarren beat Crown Duo, third Crispin from Oakfield Prince, Midnight or Pecan Player. Next was Exalt, Stylish Alquoz, Big Milano. Lord Heathcliff knocked up, likewise Burdick and Lad. And last of all was Splendid Retreat.
1 Del Quarren, 510, 180, 7 Crown Duo, 160, 9 Crispin to pay $2.30 after race number 6 in Sydney.
Well, John Hawkes having a real field day on his home track. Del Quarren Hugh Bowman, successful. A 4-year-old chestnut mare, Canny Lad, Ivy Cottage, owned by the Woodland Stud Syndicate, trained by John Hawkes, giving the connections 4 wins for the day, and ridden this time by Hugh Bowman. So 2 to Brian Carter, 1 to Hugh Bowman, and 1 to the jockey in the third event, Shane Miller on formula. Bolted away. 1, Del Quarren first, 7, Crown Duo, Len Beasley second for trainer Gay Waterhouse. A 3-year-old Bay Gelding is Crown Duo, Deputy Governor, Duet, and third to 9, Crispin. Michael Squires for trainer Jack Denham. A 4-year-old Bay Gelding, Dr. Grace, Bell Tetu. Fourth has gone to horse 5, Oakfield Prince, who wouldn't give in, and 5th to number 11, Exalt. So it's 1, 7, 9, 4th to 5, 5th to number 11, time 1:37.63. 1:37.63, a new class record, having not been run under these conditions. The course record of 1:34.80 held by Heat of the Moment. So 1:7.9 as we stand by for further details. A great win to Del Quarren. Crown Duo, Gallant in defeat second, but Del Quarren has given Crown Duo a start into beating, and Crispin battling away for third.
At the start at the Gold Coast, race 6 Melbourne follows. 1 Dandy Kid, 190, 1 even and favourite. 2 El Richo, 23 and 5. 3 Real Time, 10 and 3.30. 4
Crown Duo, $1.60. Third 9 Crispin, $2.50. The Quinella, $8.
Some sort of a big scud go across a short while ago. I'm not sure whether it was snow or raining ice blocks, but I tell you what, it was cold. It was freezing, but it's cleared again now. Be nice at that rugby union match tonight, won't it? Sitting out there watching the Brumbies play. It'll be a shocker. Okay, Paul, in this race, this is another open race. Cinnamon Sky at the double to luck. They've all got chances, as has Sonic Time and Speedy Leaf. I think we'll stick with Cinnamon Sky to beat number 2 at the double, and for third we'll put in number 4 China's Luck. 1, 2, 4.
We could make some money, Tony. Set up a stall out the front selling big thick coats.
You'd have to be mad, wouldn't you? Like I'm mad being here today.
They're keen to go.
Oh, God.
They're keen to go, but it's pretty cool.
Give them strength.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Tony. National Racing Service about to take...
Oh, no, they're off this time. And out in a good line too. One of the first out, Brava Regina. Blair had no speed, dropped out to a clear last. Dandy Kid away quickly. Is up outside Brava Regina from Transparent Lover third. Pindy Ridge around the outside of King Camo. And Real Boy starting to push forward with those when they settle into stride. Dandy Kid on the outside of Brava Regina, a length and a half further back. Tracking very deep as Pindy Ridge around King Camo from Ulrico. Real Boy back in the middle, 2 to Transparent Lover near the inside from Real Time. Further back in the race then on the outside of those, No Smog from Blair, and last of all Bomber Jim. 600 out, Dandy Kid took over. Brava Regina struggling up to second, King Camo. In the middle there would have been Eureka to third. Fourth, the outside, the grey is Pindy Ridge, and further back Real Time from Blair. Then Real Boy and No Smog. Dandy Kid 2 in front. At the bend now from in second place in King Camo. Hard ridden from Pindy Ridge as the leader moves away, Dandy Kid. First up, and he straightens up and straightens 3 or 4 in front. Blair from the back of the field running on well. Then Pindy Ridge. Dandy Kid at the 152 in front. Blair from the pack starting to peg him back. Dandy Kid in front with his big weight. Blair is starting to come after him. Dandy Kid finds the line. Yes, he's got that, Dandy Kid. Just home about a short head to Blair, I'd say. 6 away third, Real Time, and then Pindy Ridge, Real Boy, followed for the back by King Camo. The outside, No Smog, Transparent Lover got on the inside and struggled. Eureka dropped out from the turn from Bomber Jim and Brava Regina.
1 Dandy Kid, 210, 140. Number 8 Blair, $4.30, and number 3 Pindy Ridge at, in fact, 3 Real Time at $2.40.
Okay, number 1, Dandy Kid to return, 230, 140. 8, Blair, 390. And 3 Real Time, 250.
And third will go to Real Time 3, 18 and 3.
At the barrier, Newcastle, favourite there is Yellow's Polonaise, 360, 150.
Race 8 from Doomben, number 1 start.
Dr. Bump, Sonic Time out of line. And the one giving trouble is Speedy Leaf. You've got about 30 seconds, Paul, if you'd like it.
Just checked it, Tony. 5 degrees at the moment outside.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Officially, 5 degrees it is right now.
Can you book me a seat at Bruce Stadium tonight? I'd like to sit out in the open somewhere.
Would you? Okay, we'll see what we can do. Okay, we'll be back to Tony in just a moment. Yeah, 5 degrees the present temperature here in the national capital. And as Tony said, a bit of snow around out there on the ranges. We will check some more tote dividends.
nicely. Borelli was fast away. PlayStation began nicely as well. Mr. Nada Shah and Zulu Zeal popping in behind them. Startail and the Sledge going forward. Maguire is showing speed from out wide, and so is Figueron. Animate is crossing over. He's getting over a little closer to the rails by the time they reach the post. Then Startail and PlayStation. Valiant Road, Zulu Zeal, Maguire. City Habits getting back in the field. Kincourt's a mile back with Bear Raid. And Affleck's last of all. Speed looks pretty solid as they go to the turn out of the straight. Maguire's moving up on the outside with Lord Alanon. Lord Alanon goes to the front now. It's Lord Alanon crossing onto the rails, leading Borelli by a length. He eased off the rails there on Borelli. He's now at the hindquarters of the leader, Lord Alanon. Tedesio is going to settle third on the inside. Caught a little bit wide, but making a dash is Figueron. She's slipping around them 3 deep, going up towards the leaders. Animate is 3 deep outside of Mr. Nada Shah. Followed then by PlayStation. Getting back is the Sledge to midfield, then Startail, Valiant Road, Zulu Zeal and Maguire. City Habits a fair way back in the field. Back third last is Kincourt, then Bear Raid, and Affleck's last of all. Leaving the 1,000-metre point behind them, Lord Alanon's the pacemaker, leading by a length on Figueron. She's still covering ground. She's still 3 wide. In the centre there is Mr. Nada Shah. Followed in 4th place on the rounds by Tedesio. A length further back to Borelli, then PlayStation. The Sledge and Animate together, then Valiant Road. Animate's about 4 wide. Startail tracking into the race close to the rails. Zulu Zeal immediately behind Startail. Then Maguire, Kincourt, City Habit is well back. Second last, Bear Raid and Affleck's last of all. Approaching the home turn now. 450 metres to go. Figueron, she's never been on the track, but she's cheeky enough to move up and poke her nose in front. Telesio's getting a beautiful run on the inside as Lord Alanon shifted his ground. Borelli coming to the outside and PlayStation working into the clear. Now Telesio got that run on the inside and he shot through to beat the leader. It's Telesio just in front of Lord Alanon. Figueron, Startail's getting into the clear. PlayStation, Borelli charging home, and Kincourt's getting a split, and look at him pick up and go. Kincourt went to Startail, PlayStation. Valiant Road, Bear Raid charging home at the end, but Kincourt broke away from them and Kincourt's won it. It's a photo finish for second and third. Valiant Road and Bear Raid both coming from a mile back. They're in that photo with City Habit, Startail, PlayStation and Borelli, followed by Zulu Zeal, Figueron, then Lord Alanon, Telesio, Affleck. Further back was Mr. Nada Shah, Maguire, and one of the last home was the Sledge, or here's another one coming in, Animate. I'm tipping the pace was on in that race because the backmarkers have got to the 9.
6 Kincourt, 8 even, 290. Photo the Miners, 7 Bear Raid, $18.60. 8 Valiant Road at $18.40. 6, 7, 8 confirmed.
Okay, on the Super Tab there, number 6 was the winner. That was Kincourt. And Kincourt on the Super Tab, as we get those final figures up on the screen. Kincourt to return for the win. $7.90, the place $2.90. Number 7, Bear Raid, a place dividend of $13 even, and 8 Valiant Road, $17.20.
In that race.
About to move in Perth, the favourite Paris Heartbeat, 340.
Okay, on the Super Tab for that Perth event.
They're racing. And Ballyreal missed the start some length, and Uncle Eric, one of the fastest to begin with, Rip On By. The great top weekend, convincing the well-supported Commodity began nicely, followed by Grampians, and Mushtak trapped out wide. Well, it's a real charge by the judge, a lap out, and Hugh Bowman is trying to get across on Mushtak. Top weekend, 2 out. Uncle Eric on the inside, and Zoquita is 3 wide, just settling off the speed, convincing right on the inside of it. A further half length back to Grampians, followed by Shine Over, who's travelling out 3 deep from Lanolin. Rip On By. They've got the others. 4 lengths to Ballyreal, followed by Hold My Hand, and last of all was South Bend. They head down towards the 1500, and Top Weekend settled now by Dan Beasley, leads by 3/4 of a length over Mushtak, who worked hard to try to get to the front, but now settles second. A length third was Uncle Eric, 2.5 away to Convincing, followed by Rip On By, travelling on the inside from Zoquita. Shine Over 3 wide. Grampians the middle, and Hold My Hands back on the inside. A length and a half away to Lanolin, followed by South Bend, and 2.5 last of all was still Ballyreal. Up towards the 1100 metre mark they go. Top Weekend striding along. Pretty genuine speed too. Top Weekend by a length and a quarter. Mushtak second. Third on the inside, Uncle Eric, covered by Shine Over, who works up around it. 2 lengths further back to Convincing, well positioned, followed by Rip On By, and Grampians out 3 wide. About 2.5 lengths back to Hold My Hand, followed by Zoquita in the middle. Lanolin's out 3 wide. 2 to South Bend, and a half length last of all was still Ballyreal. Up towards the 600 mark, and Top Weekend in front. It leads by a length and a quarter over Mushtaq second, third Shine Over, followed by Uncle Eric, a length to Grampians, followed by Convincing. Lanolin makes a move out 4 wide, a length to Hold My Hand and a half length back to Rip On By, followed by Zoquita, South Bend and Ballyreal. Around the home turn, there's 5 across the track. Lanolin's the widest runner with Grampians in the middle. A half to Shine Over top weekend. They've dropped Mushtaq inside the 200. Here comes Hold My Hand right down the outside. Lanolin just in front, joined by Hold My Hand right down the outside. Hold My Hand race to the front over Lanolin and Grampians, and it's Hold My Hand. Hold My Hand by 2.5. Lampion second. Second was Lanolin. Third was Grampians, followed by behind those next Convincing with Rip On By, Shine Over, Uncle Eric. Next was Zoquita, followed by Ballyreal. Towards the rear of the field was South Bend. Top weekend dropped back very quickly, and Mushtaq was a conspicuous last. Hold My Hand, number 13. It's 13 the winner.
At 16.60 and 3.80 on Super Tab. Number 4 for second. That was Lanolin to return 1.90 and 10 Grampians to pay 3.10.
Has won from Lanolin for son Alan Denham and jockey Kevin Moses, and third 10 Grampians. Shane Miller for trainer John Hawkes, but Hold My Hand has won, and won with ridiculous ease at $22 for the win, and for the place $4.60. Number 4 Lanolin second at $2, and third 10 Grampians at $3.30. Fourth has gone to number 3, which was Rip On By. Fifth to number 11 Convincing. Well, money was left in the bag with Convincing, and Len Beasley gave the horse every conceivable chance. Hold My Hand is a 4-year-old bay gelding, Zabeel Moonrise, trained by Jack Denham and ridden by Johnny Marshall. For Lanolin, Alan Denham the trainer. Kevin Moses rode this 4-year-old chestnut gelding, Masqué, Nolani. And third to number 10 Grampian, Shane Miller for trainer John Hawkes, a 3-year-old bay colt, Dane Hill Balmoral. So fourth to number
2. Our grades couldn't go early. Fasado East back after the start. One of the best away, Brave Chief, and that familiar role. He's starting to push forward in the early point from Backdrop, Kenzine, Nautilism, Flying Voodoo, Flirty Bird deep around Kana Square. Rapid Response from Our Grades, Diabolical, Aggie's Heart. Fasado and Mr. Touchwood. Brave Chief had the lead out of the straight of the 1750 metre mark, and he moved out a length and a half to Backdrop, who went up second, Kenzine third and Nautilism fourth. Then further back, Flirty Bird caught deep, goes up fifth from Rapid Response inside Flying Voodoo. Kana Square 3 out a length, Diabolical the inside Our Grades. 3/4 the outside, Aggie's Heart from Fasado and Mr. Touchwood. Running down to the 1450 metre mark, and Brave Chief led by nearly 2 lengths. Backdrop is second, third Kenzine, fourth the outside Nautilism. 2 or 3 then further back in the race came Rapid Response inside Flying Voodoo. Moving up on the outside of those, Flirty Bird 3 out, 2 lengths to Kana Square. Around Diabolical, followed by Our Grades. The outside of it, Aggie's Heart. 2 lengths further back, Fasado about 10 off the front. Mr. Touchwood inside it at the halfway mark at the 1,000 down the back. Brave Chief is dictating out in front at his own terms by 2. Backdrop second, a half to Kenzine third. A length and a half further back in the race, then Nautilism fourth. 2 lengths further back, Flirty Bird 3 wide around the outside of Flying Voodoo. Rapid Response, the fence 2 further back, Diabolical. Trying to get off the rail now from Kana Square, and Fasado going forward out deep. A length and a half, Mr. Touchwood, Aggie's Heart. And last of all is Our Grade, 600 to go. Brave Chief nearly a length in front of Backdrop. On the inside, Kenzine, Nautilism fourth. 2 lengths further back, Fasado around Flirty Bird, followed by Flying Voodoo. Kana Square, Mr. Touchwood, Rapid Response. Aggie's Heart second last. Up before the turn, 350 out. Brave Chief 3/4 in front. Nautilism skirting around the outside, coming home well, a length and a half Backdrop. Then Kenzine, Fasado hard at it from Flirty Bird. Nautilism has raced up quickly to Brave Chief on the turn at the 300 metre mark. Brave Chief and Nautilism come right away to fight it out now from Backdrop. Then Flying Voodoo, Flirty Bird, Fasado. Brave Chief has got the kick back again. Again he draws clear of Nautilism. Then Flying Voodoo and Aggie's Heart late. But Brave Chief has done it again at the Valley all the way. 2 lengths to Nautilism. 3/4 Aggie's Heart from the back to get third from Flying Voodoo. Then Flirty Bird, Backdrop, a gap Kenzine, Mr. Touchwood, Diabolical. Fasado weakened from the turn from Kana Square. Rapid Response and Our Grades.
2 Brave Chief, 3 even, 180. 17 Nautilism, $4.20. For third, 3 Aggie's Heart, $2.40.
2 Brave Chief, $3 170, 17 Nautilism, $3.60 and 3 Aggie's Heart to return a place dividend there of $2.30.
to beat number 17. And third placing will go to Aggie's Heart. The judge calls for the photo. 3 gets third. He was joined on the turn by Nautilus. They came right away, and he found the kick again in the straight. Nautilus started to weaken on his run, and Brave Chief was able to get clear again from Nautilus, and Aggie's Heart has pulled up a lot of ground over the last 300 metres.
Okay, Akhenaten beat them out. LA Suez was fast away, and Cruzeiro going forward. Okay, Akhenaten beat them out. LA Suez was fast away, and Cruzeiro going forward with Iran Supreme in the early stages. Coming across from out wide is Cronus. Josh Dixon Integrate caught a little wide. Kazakh Bell Figurehead getting back. Then Director Special, and Freemason immediately drops to the rear. They're at the winning post the first time, and Cronus is moving up on the outside of Akhenaten to go to the lead. It's Cronus and Akhenaten together. Iran Supreme is pushing through in the centre. Integrate is nicely placed. She's one off the fence on the outside of LA Suez. Josh Dix is outside of Integrate. Then Cruzeiro, Director Special, Figurehead. Freemason second last on the inside, and Kazakh Bell is last of all. There's no speed on. 1,400 metres to go as they head towards the back in the Doomben Cup, and it's Akhenaten leading by 3/4 of an length. Now, Cronus went back trying to sneak in a little bit closer. He was having no luck trying to do that, so he goes forward again and races on the outside of Akhenaten, and at the 1,200, Akhenaten leads by a half length. Second, Cronus. Third, Iran Supreme. Fourth, Integrate. She's trailing up nicely. She's right on the heels of Cronus. LA Suez is a half back. Fifth on the inside. Josh Dick still covering ground. He's 3 wide outside of LA Suez, and Cruzeiro pushing through in the middle. One to Figurehead, Director Special, then Kazakh Bell, and Freemason's last of all, 8 lengths off the leader. The leader is Akhenaten as they go on to the next bend, 800 metres to go. Akhenaten has had a pretty easy time in front. He leads by 3/4 of a length on Cronus. Cronus just ridden forward again by Colgan to apply a little bit more pressure to Akhenaten. Iran Supreme is a length away third, and Integrate continuing to track the speed. She's right on the heels of Cronus. In fact, she's just swinging across the heels of Cronus now. She's coming to the outside, and Bosun is putting her right into the race. LA Suez is clear of the rails now. He's starting to go forward, followed by Kazakh Bell, and picking up ground Cruzeiro on the outside, and Freemason is bailed up behind them with nowhere to go. Akhenaten's the leader. They're in the straight now. Integrate coming at Akhenaten, but Akhenaten's got a kick in him. It's Akhenaten getting away from Integrate again. He's a half length in front. Cruzeiro's up to third, then LA Suez. Boss draws the whip on Akhenaten now, and he booted away from them with 100 metres to go, and Akhenaten's racing away on the run to the line, and it's barrier to box in the Doomben Cup. Yes, Akhenaten first, Integrate second, Cruzeiro third, and Freemason fourth. Give her another wave there, Glenn. Glenn waving the whip wildly as he goes across the line. Iran Supreme, LA Suez, Figurehead, Cronus stopped in the straight. Josh Dix was well back with Director Special, and Kazakh Bell, one of the last over the line.
Number 12, Akhenaten, $14.80 and $4.10. Number 7, Integrate to pay $2.10. Number 8, Cruzeiro at $17.50.
The whip.
On the Super Tab, number 12, Akhenaten, 13 even, 370. 7 Integrate at 190, and 8 Cruzeiro 1440.
Challenges, in fact, booting away from them again in the last 200 metres. 12 is the winner of the Doomben Cup. Number 12, Akhenaten, ridden by Glenn Boss. 12, Akhenaten, Glenn Boss first. Second place goes to number 7, Integrate, ridden by O.P. Bossum. And third place goes to number 8, Cruzeiro, ridden by Michael Carl. It did look as though it was a race that was dictated to by the pace of the race, with Akhenaten enjoying an easy run in front. Integrate was just off the speed. Cruzeiro was just off the pace. And those that were back in the field, I'm not saying there was a track bias there, but there was a definite speed bias there as Boss got away with Blue Murder in front, running it to suit himself.
All right, we'll leave Wayne there. Let's go back to Tony to wrap up Queanbeyan this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you, Mel. On the last race, the numbers were 14.